Chris, we've talked about what second wave spirituality is, and you've given us the details of your personal and very moving biography that led you to create this vision. What do you see as the possibilities that this extraordinary new wave of spiritual engagement offer the world?
You know, as you know, Andrew, a lot of people who are involved in this spiritual field of if it's humanitarian or transformative or activist action, many times feel a sense of despair. They feel like, how can we match the power of money that is put into
despair, hopelessness, burnout, terrible paralysis.
Exactly.
Yes.
But what we are realizing today with this arising of the second wave spirituality, this new wave of engaged spirituality, if it is in Beirut, where Christians and Muslims are working together on issues of peace, on issues of poverty, addressing poverty. If it is things happening in America, in India, in France, where we're seeing
Rwanda, where the Hutsis and Tutsis are getting together to really reconcile after one of the worst massacres of history.
Yes. Yes.
In Liberia, where Ellen Sirleaf is doing her massive work of healing.
In Latin America, where people are getting together and they're saying our faith means that we need to go to the areas that are the suffering the most, make a difference. So what we're starting to realize, that there are hundreds of millions of people of heart and of spirituality. If they awake to that new wave and engage wave, this is a power. It's a real power in the world that can be even stronger than the power of mad money and mad power.
And the wonderful thing about you identifying it is it gives a chance for all these different movements, all these different ways of expressing spirituality to recognize themselves and to realize that they are part of an evolutionary shift. Because I think the importance of your work is this. I think that what sacred activism and second wave spirituality are two terms that describe the major new divine power of a wholly new power of grace that is coming into humanity to give humanity the passion, the compassion, the energy to respond to the biggest crisis of our whole evolutionary history. And that this second wave spirituality is actually the fuel for not only a transformation of the planet, but of the human race into an embodied divine human race. Quite humbly and simply.
Right. And you know, you spoke about passion and compassion. That is the force of second wave spirituality. It is binding people from different traditions, from different cultures, from different races, but they are bound by the passion and the compassion of the heart. It's like the heart is breaking out, opening up, and the divine is pouring through that heart, and we are recognizing each other that it doesn't
matter if you're a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Christian, or if you don't believe, or if you're just spiritual. What matters is that you connect to the heart and let this divine force, which is the force of the heart in action, come through you and link this great compassion with this great passion. And the passion is so important. Talk about the passion and the importance of passion.
I think that people are and that's due to that incredible historical shift, this new ground we're seeing of the great danger and the great response, the great awakening. People are starting to fall in love again with our blue planet and the dream of the divine for that blue planet, a dream of the day of peace, the day of justice, the day of jubilee, the day when the lion and the sheep will lie together. So we are falling in love again. We are realizing that, look, you cannot just go ahead and destroy this blue planet. It has been built through 14 billion years of evolution. There is a dream of the divine that wants that planet to become the planet of love and the consciousness of love. But the way to do it, and we're realizing that, and that is fueling the passion, that we have a lot of sisters and brothers who are willing to do that. The problem is that they have been told for too long that God and religion or spirituality have nothing to do with saving that blue planet.
Have nothing to do with politics, have nothing to do with economics, have nothing to do with the transformation of education, when they have everything to do with them. And this divorce has created a paralysis, a sense of meaninglessness, a sense of lack of energy, which are now devastating. And this is why second wave spirituality holds such promise for the world. Because it gives the world access to the fundamental passion, love, energy of the divine, the ishq of things. And that potentially can transform
Yes.
everything.
Yes, and you know, it's like we are united around realizing that words like justice, peace, freedom, solidarity, compassion, inclusion, that these are evolutionary gems.
Yes.
That we can be united around
Yes.
them, and we can have different interpretation of
Yes.
them, and that's okay.
Yes.
As long and people are realizing, look, we can be united all
As
over
long
the
as we
world.
have a rich and focused conversation on what these things mean and why they're so urgently
Exactly.
needed now for the transformation of the planet, we can agree to disagree on some of the finer points, but we've got to get going on all of these things
Exactly.
to have a chance to survive. And not just a chance to survive, but a chance to thrive and transform our planet.
And that gives us a chance, because the love of justice, the love of freedom, and the love of democratic rights and animal rights and minority rights and gay rights and so on, it is uniting us. It is giving us something to be united around. And our wanting to make to heal the ecological problem is uniting people from all over the world like they have never ever been united before. And we are realizing that this unity is what our different spiritual traditions have taught us.
And we're realizing that this unity is also the potential future. That if we recognize this wave as a massive evolutionary wave from the divine, then we can get over all of our differences,
Exactly.
pool our resources and energies,
Exactly.
and really take the human race to another level and preserve this glorious planet.
And look what a beautiful unfolding, as you know, because you have taught us to see beauty from every tradition. You have taught us to resource from
found
every
it in
tradition.
every tradition.
Huh?
It's in every tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
God has revealed God in every tradition.
But what we are getting now is that we can be united in our diversity.
Yes.
As long as we are in love with the world,
Yes.
in love with the project of the world, and wanting to bring the love of the divine in action to the world,
Yes.
that we don't have to agree on theological dogmas.
Oh, they are completely red herrings.
We can be united in our diversity. Love and the heart unites.
Yes.
And how many times did you see that? How many times did I see that on the ground?
Yes.
People coming from different political point of
Yes.
view, but when the heart was in action, when they picked up that child that was bloody,
Right.
it would be a Jew and a Muslim and a Christian and a Hindu in Pakistan or a Muslim in India. Once we pick up that child, then we are beyond all our differences.
Right.
And the heart is there. And that gives us hope for the world, because there are millions out there who are ready to come out in action if they know that this is what their spirituality means. What you say is love in action. That is spirituality. That word is not only changing the lay of the land theologically, it's changing the lay of the land on the level of action.
Yes. For every single human being.
Yes.
Yes.
And everywhere. Yes, exactly.